One day, while I was outside cleaning up, I heard a crow squawking. At first, I didn't pay much attention and continued with my work, but the crow persisted, its cries growing louder and more urgent. Finally, curiosity got the better of me, and I looked up to see what all the commotion was about. A frantic crow was circling over the back garden, its distress evident. It swooped down toward me, squawking wildly before soaring back up into the sky, only to repeat the motion again and again. By now, I knew something was wrong. The bird wasn't just making noise, it was trying to get my attention. Driven by instinct, I followed the crow toward the back of the garden. There, to my shock, I saw another crow lying on the ground. His head was tilted upward, his beady eyes locked onto mine, but his body was motionless. He made a feeble attempt to move, but was clearly too injured to stand. His loyal companion, the one who had alerted me, hovered nearby, watching intently. In that moment, I had no doubt. This bird was pleading for help the only way he knew how. Stepped closer, hoping to offer comfort to the injured crow, but he only hissed at me, his fear outweighing his pain. Realizing I needed help, I quickly found my husband, Jerry, and explained the situation. Without hesitation, he grabbed a towel and approached the injured bird slowly, speaking to him in a calm, soothing voice. With careful hands, he draped the towel over the frightened creature and gently lifted him into a box I had prepared, making it as comfortable as possible. With our new guest safely secured, we carried him to our garage a couple of blocks away. As we tended to him, his devoted crow friend remained close, never far from sight, as if keeping watch over us to ensure we meant no harm. We covered the box loosely, giving the bird a sense of safety and darkness to rest in. Then, we stepped away, hoping that time would aid in his recovery. 15 minutes later, Jerry and I returned to check on him. To our relief, the bird seemed slightly more at ease. He even allowed Jerry to gently stroke him, an astonishing change from the hissing, fearful creature he had been earlier. Watching this interaction, I couldn't help but think that Jerry was something of a bird whisperer. Though the crow wasn't quite as comfortable with me, I was content that he no longer viewed us as a threat. Determined to do all I could, I reached out to fellow bird enthusiasts for advice. I was fortunate to connect with a woman who specialized in bird rehabilitation. Over the phone, she guided me on how to care for the injured crow and promised to come by as soon as possible. Following her advice, I placed a small dish of water and some raw ground meat near the bird's box. He showed little interest, but I remained hopeful that, given time, he would regain the strength and appetite necessary for recovery. 2 hours later, I nervously checked on him again. Fearing the worst, I was instead met with an unexpected and heartwarming sight. He had managed to perch himself on a rafter 6 feet above the ground. Overcome with joy, I ran to find Jerry and share the good news. As fate would have it, the bird rehabber arrived just as I was stepping outside. But she wasn't the only one who had come. Perched nearby was the injured crow's loyal friend, along with several other crows. It was as if he had gathered reinforcements to check on their fallen comrade. Their calls filled the air, beckoning their friend to join them. Jerry carefully carried the crow outside. Though he still couldn't fly, he could walk, and as soon as he saw his companions, he made his way toward them. The other crows met him partway, surrounding him in what felt like a reunion of relief and support. Together, they disappeared into the bushes, their dark silhouettes blending into the evening shadows. The next morning, I woke early and searched for any sign of the injured crow. I feared I might find him lifeless somewhere nearby, but he was nowhere to be seen. Though I would never know his fate for certain, I found solace in the thought that, whatever had happened, he had spent his final moments with his friends and family, rather than alone in an unfamiliar garage. A week later, while working outside, I caught sight of a swift-moving shadow on the ground. At the same time, a familiar caw echoed above me. Looking up, I saw the very same crow, the one who had first called for my help. He circled over my head, dipping down in what felt like a deliberate gesture, a silent thank you. I watched as he disappeared into the sky, feeling deeply moved by the intelligence and loyalty of these incredible birds. To this day, I wonder about the injured crow. Could it have been him, returning to let me know he had survived? Knowing what I do about crows, it wouldn't surprise me. They are among the smartest of birds, capable of remembering faces, showing gratitude, and even holding grudges. I choose to believe that he was saying thank you, and that to me is enough.